Welcome to the video about December finished works, and traditionally we will start with Matchstick Mouse. But don't worry, there will be only two pictures here. My Matchstick Mouse in December did some Christmas cooking. I really love that we have like story here, because I already have picture where Matchstick Mouse tried to bake something, probably from the same dough which she prepared here. Maybe it wasn't very successful, but well, after several attempts I am sure that Matchstick Mouse will bake something very yummy for her friends. But for now she's mixing, and look at their faces. They are very simple, but their faces, how they are waiting not very patiently and looking attentively to the mouse. I think that it's totally adorable. And of course I try to put on the mouse more festive outfit. I think that it really looks quite cozy and very lovely. And the second, again, the whole company, without spider, yeah, almost the whole company, they tried to decorate Christmas tree. Again, I put this bright hat on the mouse, and I think that Christmas tree also looks lovely. It's small, but it helps me to practice a little bit how to add shading between branches to make Christmas tree less flat and more three-dimensional. In December, for the first time, I tried Kolorowanka book. I have only this one. It was a gift, and I did one page. Well, you know that mandalas, they are not exactly my style of coloring, and I also am not sure that I know how to turn her pictures which are more suitable for children's books. Sorry guys, but I don't think that it looks like adult coloring. It's perfect Christmas coloring book for children. This style of animal, I'm not sure that I have enough skills to turn them into more realistic looking. But at least here I played with some fine liners. I really tried hard to make this squirrel more fluffy. I'm not big fan of repeated elements, but sometimes when your mind is somewhere else, when you need to think about something and you just enjoy mechanical work, sometimes mandalas are really helpful, but I'm not sure that I'm ready for such work on a frequent basis. Anyway, I love that this one looks wintry. Again, I tried to mask those excessive spots on the background, all those black lines, and it started to look a little bit better. But I think that this will be one and only book by Kolorowanka in my collection, and now it will have to wait until the next December. Here I have nice little town, and it was probably the most important book for my December. It's a pity that I hadn't also colored in nice little town fourth part, but it has some winter pictures which don't have a lot of Christmas elements, so in nice little town part 4 I can probably color in January or February also. But here this book really helped me to relax, to enjoy. When I color here, I don't need my mind. Again, I can think about other things, or I can simply relax after work when I am tired. I can just work with the craziest color combos, with brightest colors, and to enjoy. Here, I mostly combined my markers, markers, and then Arteza pencils. Arteza are perfect match for all Matchstick all Nice Little Town series. I love how they behave on this paper, not bad, and I love their vibrant colors, perfect for Tatiana Bagema books. But maybe for my next project I will try color pencils. I am quite curious if I can color with other kind of budget pencils, because some of my Arteza now looks like this. And it's a pity, because Arteza indeed had some unique colors. Even if I'm not a big fan of company, their pencils, they were really good. I need to look. I think that I'm already out of two colors. If such thing continues, maybe I will look for substitutes. A couple of years ago, Arteza sold pencils individually, but in packs by 3. Maybe they continue to do such things. I hadn't looked for a couple of years. Anyway, let's continue about finished pictures. I did this picture of the evening village, probably this ice skating rink, or maybe it was lake, but now it turned into ice, and of course this beautiful lake and baby mouse who maybe prepare some letter, maybe Christmas list of presents or letter to Santa, I don't know. I think that I selected it because I really love this garland, and actually the whole picture on the cover is very lovely, so I decided to do my own copy of it. As usual, I struggled a little bit with normal gradient with markers on the sky, but then when I added a little bit of white dots, it helped me, and a little bit of pencils on top of marker, it helped me to save those areas which didn't look very well. But it's not my favorite picture. My favorites are two. The first is picture with snow globe, because it has unusual color palette, and I absolutely love the snow globe itself. Here again, markers background didn't work quite well. Maybe I selected not the best color combo, and difference between lightest and mid-tone colors were too much, but I masked it successfully by adding this light halo around the glass globe, and then I sprinkled everything with white paint, white gouache. So it helped me again, and I think that background looks lovely. I'm glad that I selected some unusual color for some of my Christmas pictures. Well, so here I used a little bit of Arctics pencils also because my Arteza necessary for gold, it looks like this. Poor pencil. Well, it was easy to do, maybe not very quick work because of all this texture, knitted texture on the head. I also wasn't sure how to color all these things, so and how to do the background, but I think that in the end everything worked quite well. I like the bottom part a little bit more, but I think that as a whole everything looks quite festive. It was my first favorite, and my second favorite is this page with garlands. Here I do love two marker colors which I selected for the background. It created very nice shading behind the garland and pleasant color for the background. So this color combo I really like. And on garlands, apart from color combo of Arteza and Starjoy old pencils, classic Starjoy pencils, they had really nice dark green colors. It's a pity that the new Starjoy gold pencils, they lack such colors, so that's why I prefer older set. So thanks to these pencils I do those green garlands, but it wasn't enough, they didn't look very fluffy. So on garlands I added also a little bit of gouache to their edges, and now I'm totally happy how they look. I tried to use a lesser amount of classic red and yellow here. Red I used only on the head to attract attention to the mouse, but I love color combo of vibrant pink, magenta, violet colors. And here probably my favorite element is the ornament in the shape of pine cone. I hope that it looks really shiny and like it was made from glass. Well, I think that when I added those dots and stars, that's where I realized that it really will be quite a lovely picture. And the fourth picture which I actually did first, it was this Christmas trees market. Nothing special. I tried two color combos for pine trees, at least to make some difference, so they would be at least slightly different. Well, I also tried to show those more highlighted parts on the tree. Maybe there is some light from the cashier, from the Christmas tree market, so I tried to add a little bit of light also on the tree. And of course I sprinkled everything with gouache. When I start to do my winter pictures, I know that I need a big jar of white gouache paint, and I love to add it everywhere. I love this impression of falling snow. For me it always creates winter vibe on pictures, so I love to use this trick. Well, again, it's a pity that it's all I managed to color here, because I really wanted to do another globe. Maybe I will do it because it's also perfectly suitable for January. And another picture which I really wanted to do, I will show you, is this one. But well, this will have to wait until the next year. Next, we move to the books by Teresa Goodrich. In December, I worked in Winter Wonderland and in Christmas Charm. In Winter Wonderland, I did evening picture, and it has Christmas tree and snowman. Sorry guys, I forgot to put a bookmark. That's normal thing for me. Here. I can't say that it's something special, but several moments I think they look lovely. I added some Christmas balls to the tree. Originally it was decorated only by boughs, but I thought that it doesn't look very festive, so I also added simple yellow balls, and now I think that it looks better. Maybe it's not very visible, but there are two different color combos for the snow on the road and on the sides and on the roofs and trees. Well, for the evening, I think that it looks not so bad, those shadows on the snow. But most of all, I love this tiny village where all buildings, they are highlighted by this warm light. I especially used yellow orange to make everything very warm and to create this cozy atmosphere. Well, I think that's my favorite part here. And for the background, everything is covered by snow. I also added again falling snow with white gouache. Nothing special but lovely. In Christmas Charm, I did two pictures. The first one, very detailed. I have this Christmas town square probably. Here we have beautiful buildings, and they all are in English Victorian style probably. So I really love those the shapes of their roofs and how they all have this a brick texture on them, and of course the entrance to the church, very beautiful. It wasn't very easy to color it because when we have a lot of snow areas, you risk that everything will look very plain if you cover it with just blue color without any additional colors. Snow here, snow on the whole square. Well, I was afraid that it would be a little bit boring, so for some of the shadows I also added more intense violet color, especially for the shadows in the places which are far from us. I also added a couple of pavements, clean pavements, so here we have gray color, and also we have frozen water here, so it was a little bit challenging how to color the fountain. But of course the most interesting part was to color Christmas tree and all those stained glass windows. Around the Christmas trees I tried to add a little bit of reflections of light on the white snow. Not sure that I managed to do it, but it was interesting to color. But still, it's not my favorite. Much more I prefer this one. I selected it because in December we have a challenge color for Ukraine, and there it was dedicated to carolers because it's important tradition in rural Ukraine. So we decided to color something where there is connection to carolers, and I immediately thought about this lovely page. Very nice composition here. I really love this interesting perspective. Street with shops, nice decorations on both sides. I decided that if I keep the most traditional color combo of green, red and yellow for carolers, then for Christmas tree I need something different so it wouldn't distract attention from the carolers. That's why it has even this light aqua and hot pink bubbles. I think that it looks lovely. Again, I tried to show that they are highlighted from the left side, from this lantern. I hope that it's visible that along the left side of their bodies there is bright reflection from this light. And I did another fun thing. If you are familiar with original picture, there was a lady behind them, and now lady disappeared because it was immediately behind their heads. She also had packages with presents, so it was detailed element. It distracted attention. I think that it was too much. We already have some secondary elements here, so I covered poor lady with a light blue and then a white gouache, and she disappeared completely. For me, it's much better, and now our carolers, they are definitely the focal point of the page. Now, when I look here, I don't even see any traces of poor lady. Sorry, but for the sake of the composition, I think that I did the right thing. Next, surprisingly, I colored in Year of Witches, and it was the first time when I actually started to enjoy coloring in this book despite the thin paper. I think that the main reason was because this time I selected pictures where there is no empty background, where I struggled with marker blending or pencil coverage. Here all pictures, they have big amount of details and they surprisingly were much easier to color. Yes, again, paper was thin and some of the pencils, even polychromos, didn't cover paper without white spots, but still I enjoyed it much more. The only unpleasant feeling was when I pressed a little bit hard on my pencils. Sometimes I had this feeling that I will tear paper off, but I managed to color both pictures without such catastrophes, and I think that both pictures have very nice Christmas vibe and both looks very cozy. Here we have those two friends sitting in cafe. It was really fun to color both the interior of cafe and girls' outfits. I love to use some similar colors for their outfits, and somehow the most interesting, lovely details were their scarves and their bags. Well, quite nice and lovely, and I really love this winter window. The second one, and you can see that it's markers and it's polychromos pencils. And the second one, in the same technique, again markers for the whole background, and then pencils for garland for girls, but on garland I also used markers. It really helps to color quicker, so I'm glad that I try to use markers more frequently if paper allows me to do so. In the beginning I was a little bit confused how to color those things inside of the fireplace. In the end I made them from old bronze and I think that they look not so bad. Again, both girls, they look cozy. Each time it's very fun to think about colors for their outfits and for their hair. I think that if they are witches, they can change color of the hair very frequently. And I love that now cat appears on pictures more frequently. Lovely, and I also enjoyed doing this garland. Finally, I think that somehow it gave me peace of mind with this book. I definitely don't intend to purchase more on this paper, but if one day Usiku decide to to publish her books in better quality, then I will be much more active buyer. But now it also gave me some more faith into my skills, and I definitely intend to color in this book more. Maybe not in January, I need a break, but somewhere in spring maybe, because I think that other detailed pictures like this one, it also will be easy to color. What to do with the pictures which again have empty backgrounds, I don't know yet. Now let's have a look at Ivy. I got a request to do a picture with Ivy in a board, and here it is. In the beginning I thought about something dramatic, like Ivy going through the high wind, maybe some kind of storm, but then I realized that it's actually a children's book and we don't need a lot of drama. So I also decided to do fantasy background, fantasy color for the sky, but at least I tried to make it more warm, so that's why I added a couple of lanterns on top of the board and on the nose of the board, so the whole atmosphere would be more warm and cozy, so to say. And even if background has dark colors, I hope that it doesn't look very frightening. They are just traveling during evening time, and in their fantasy land, maybe sky can have such vibrant purple magenta color. So I hope that it's suitable for children's books. And the most creative part here was this frame. I didn't want to leave it on a white paper, so I decided to add this frame, which for me looks like a window in ships. I added those bolts. I hope that it looks like old metal. And then the last part was to cover background. It's gouache paint. I do love this matte finish, very lovely, and gouache works quite well on this paper without brush strokes, so it added final touch, and all attention immediately goes to the center when we have this relatively dark background. I don't know what to say here. I love frame, I don't like sea, and I like this play of couple of highlights here together with dark background. My final book will be Symphony. Here I have picture which I started on the first days of December and which I finished just a couple of days before Christmas, because it was Christmas spread. Now I proudly show you the finished spread. And probably I spent the same amount of time coloring the gingerbread tree and then those ribbon Christmas trees and all those sweets. The same time I spent thinking about what to do with the background, with those swirls, and how to color those animals in such way so they won't be lost among those very colorful sweets. I really enjoyed doing those very bright Christmas trees. I even used for them polychromos pencils. Prismacolors work better for me on this paper, but for Christmas trees, some greens from polychromos set, they were better choice, and that's how I got this very vibrant green. I also enjoyed doing those waffle cones covered by chocolate, very yummy. And the whole time when I did this page, I constantly wanted to eat something. Sweets, marshmallows, lollipops, so it's a risky page. Yeah, so in the end, I decided that I will try to attract attention to the animals with bright heads and with bright scarves. I hope that I managed to do so. And for the background, I finally selected a very light pastel colors. It was a crazy difficult thing to catch them somehow on video and on pictures. I hope that now you also are able to see my lilac lavender pink sky. For the swirls, I decided that no swirls is the best policy, so I simply covered them with white. Now I hope that they look like frozen pattern on the glass. This white color was the best choice. I also tried a little bit of blue on them, but I decided that it would be too much. For such detailed bottom part and central part of the page, it's better to have this more light background with air, with light and with pastel colors. So I'm glad that I finished it in time. It took me longer than I thought because honestly I hope that I have enough time to do another winter page here, but well, it means that I will do it in January. That was all for my December. Not much, but I love my pictures and yeah, they help me to feel a little bit better, a little bit more cheerful and yeah, maybe to feel a little bit more of Christmas spirit. I hope that you had wonderful Christmas holidays, that you had very nice beginning of the year, and I hope that you will have a wonderful January. I will see you very soon with my new works. First, I will do video with my coloring plants, and then I will start to do winter pictures. Thank you, and I will see you very soon.